Going live. We haven't done this in quite some time, actually. We're going to go over Bitcoin and we're going to go over Ethereum. At the start of the day, it was looking pretty nice. Not going to lie. I was like, okay, we're having a little pump, but we just gave it all and some back. If you look at the daily, not looking the greatest. We're going to start with Ethereum. We're going to start with Bitcoin. So we're going to start with Bitcoin and then we're going to move to Ethereum, and I'm going to go over the price targets that I have. We're going to start on the larger time frames. So that is not looking great for the weekly. If you look at this candle right here, I'm zooming in. It looks like we're going to test the low of the previous weekly candle at about 19,500. If that breaks, then I'm looking for more lows. So let's go over this right now. I'm just going to pull up the video just in case anybody has questions. What's up, Hyder? What's up? What's up? What's up? So let's get started. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking too pretty for Bitcoin. Not going to lie. The weekly, this was a great place to obviously get out here. But right now we are testing 20,000, trying to hold 20,000. We were grinding our way up, making higher lows, and then we kind of took the elevator down. So you can see the grind was trying to work our way up, broke above the daily 200 EMA, and then made our way back. This is kind of what I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. If I take it from this high point and take it to, A to B, you can see that when we got up to the 23.6 area, we got rejected and we got a pretty fairly quick dump to my extension. And I'm looking at this move to here, from this high to this lower high. And we're going to measure the same thing right here. So if I take it from this high to this low, so that's the low now, and that is the high. You can see that from here, we are also pretty much, we did test the 38.2, but I don't think, we haven't been getting any decent bounces. Nothing, worthwhile in my opinion. This has kind of been just whipsawing back and forth. Look at this, back and forth, just pretty much liquidating large and high leverage traders, in my opinion. I think that we can come back and retest these lows right here. And you can see how here we got the 1, 2, and 3, pretty much almost like a triple bottom here, and we kind of took off. If we go down to smaller time frames, I kind of was expecting the same thing with 1, 2, and 3. In markets, we see a lot of sequences of 3, 3 touches, 3 taps, whatever it may be. And I thought that we would kind of take off here. We were at a lot of major resistance. So let's go over kind of my play for Bitcoin. I just wanted to go over that. Right now on the 4-hour, we're seeing, if we go back here, on the 4-hour, we are seeing heavy rejection right here. The resistance at approximately 20,500, to be exact, $20,479, and we got rejected pretty hard. And that's what I mentioned. I thought we were having a great day. I thought we were going to pump a little bit, but what we gained, we almost gave back double, and it's not looking the best. We also gave away the 50 EMA right here. We broke back down, so we're just getting rejected. Ethereum is a lot more cleaner in my opinion, and you'll see what I mean. So right now, if this doesn't hold, if these supports don't hold, and the more times we bash against the support, the less likely it is to hold. And you can see this small channel that we are trading in right now. So if I go back and take our fibs from here to here, you can see that we did test the 38.2 and the moving average in prior highs right here. We're breaking below the 50 RSI. So to me, it looks like we're going to break back down. And we're going to come back down and test the 19K region. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And you can see how that actually falls on like massive support as well. So if we do break down and see another small leg down to 19K or 18.9K, we have some support there. So I'm still kind of holding out for Bitcoin. Ethereum is really pushing forward. The merge, which is happening September 10th to approximately September 20th, that is bringing a lot of interest volume into Ethereum. But what I say is Ethereum is way cleaner, and I can see this a lot cleaner than Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, I'll be honest, it's a bit tricky right now. And you shouldn't be trading it unless you're an advanced trader or you have a strong, trading plan, risk management, and things like that. For where we are in this market, if you stay solvent and we get out of this and you have like a good amount of capital, or you're just solvent to stick for the next bull run, you've done a friggin' great job. And nobody can take that away from you. So let's get into Ethereum. This is what I was looking at from the big dump right here we had. We bounced over 100%. This is the area I'm looking at right here, the 38.2. On the larger time frame, you can see why I like this area is because when we first started the bull market, we put our first all-time high here at about $2,000. We came back, tested it, came back, broke above it, and then you can see we used it as support. We used it as support here, and we used this support here as well. Also, when we used it as support here, we bounced up but broke back down, and then we got rejected. This is a huge area of interest for me. You can see that Ethereum broke above this right here, this 200 moving average on the weekly, came to this area, which I think is a major area right here, and got rejected. And now we're going to see if Ethereum can make its way back up. And Ethereum's under some major resistance right here. And I'm going to show you guys another awesome buying signal that I like to use. And that is the 4 and 9. And I'll use that on both ends. I'll look for the death cross and I'll look for the golden cross. So I'm not sure where that Discord. Okay, maybe this right here. I need to quit that. But this area, if you can see that we got the buy signal right here, and I think this is going to be a huge whipsaw, and I've been mentioning that. We got our huge pump, we got the buy right here, and now we got the sell. If we get rid of price, this is Ethereum's at an important, really important area right now. It's trying to break this resistance, the 200-day moving average, and it's trying to reclaim here. If I see this on the weekly, this would be a nice buy in this area right here. If it could break above, and if we go to the daily as well, you can see that it is also trying to break above the daily 200 EMA as well. There's major resistance here. If we go on other time frames, let's look at the 3-day. Let me get rid of all these drawings. Let me get rid of the moving averages here. So let's just reference the daily. And you can see right here. And I'm going to use the line chart to, I'm going to use this point. If we get to 1720, and you can see how we bounced off here and we got rejected off here, and we also got rejected here. When I throw back the candles, you're going to see a lot of candles wick into this area. You can even see this wicked into this area here. So if we get into here, we're going to be retesting the prior lower high that we've made, and that's at 1720. If Ethereum, which doesn't look so right now, like look at this bearish candle right here. This is a bearish hanging man. And I believe hanging mans are actually found at the top of the market. So I don't think that would be the right candle, but that's bearish as fuck. Right here, getting denied from the daily EMA. We're just thrusting up there. And this would be, depending on how the candle closes in the next 5 hours, you can take a short and use this as your stop loss. 1655, the top of that candle. That would be a great short in my opinion, as we're in a small downtrend right here, on a larger downtrend on larger time frames, and we're getting rejected from this EMA, and we couldn't even reclaim 1720 or even test it. So that would be the short for here. And for Ethereum, same thing. I take my fibs. You can see that it got rejected from the 78.6, and this would be an awesome place that I think Ethereum could actually come to and bounce. So why I think that it could come here is this, I was looking at this huge hammer beforehand, and I'm looking at support right here, where the hammer bottoms, where the low of the wick is, and this as support. So if I use this as a whole zone, I was actually marking this up with a friend, and he got this entry. We were talking about maybe buying at the bottom of the wick here if it came and retested, but he was saying he builds a whole zone of this candle and he'll actually buy it, and he did get this beautiful entry. But fast forward to where we are right now, I would kind of want this to hold right here. This wick, this low. If not, I would be expecting it to come back down even lower if we break under this and trade. So that's kind of the bearish outlook for Ethereum right now. It got rejected at a beautiful place on the weekly, but let's take a look at the bull outcome. If we break above that 1720 right here, and you can see this right here, and also here. If we break above this previous lower high, that will be clean, and I'd be looking for like more movement to the upside. But as of now, it looks like we haven't even gotten the juice to get there, and we're going to come back down. The merge is in like 8 days. How likely is it for us to 8 to 18 days? How likely is it for us to, break through here, put in a new local high, which we were at 2030. This would actually this is a huge area. If we broke above this, Ethereum would keep going. But, is that narrative that strong where Ethereum is going to lead the whole crypto market because of the merge? It already did a massive pump from $800 to $1,200 to $2,100 almost. I don't think we'll see a new low on Ethereum. It is highly possible for it to happen, but I'm thinking like $1,100. This is a huge area of support that's so obvious. The 1230 range you can see here, and that goes back to the threes I was talking about, the low 1, 2, 3, and then it popped right off. So this is such a huge obvious area. I think that we would actually tip a little bit lower. So like we would, and that's just what fucking crypto does. We come here, bounce here, get rejected here, come here. This would be the obvious place for people to stack their orders, but I think we would actually go lower and then see how that goes from there. That's if we break down. I still have a little bit of room, in terms of time for Ethereum to run, and it needs to be soon, in my opinion. I don't think it'll run during the merge. It's more like sell the news, or buy the rumor, sell the news, right? But if we look at ETH BTC, man, that is super strong. We bounced off this 200 EMA on the weekly. We're retesting this prior high of 0.857. We're about to get there. We had this huge resistance right here where you can see we've, failed to break above. This was the one deviation. And I thought that this was such a huge run up right here that there's no way we're going to break this on that attempt. And we kind of pulled back. But now looking at the weekly candle, man, Ethereum's still running hot. And there's, no reason for me to fade this move. This is still very possible where Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. And I'm going to be watching over the next 8 to 12 days. What is it? 8? Yeah, to 18 days. I mean, over the September 10th to the 20th, there might be the merge. It might happen. We don't know when. Not sure how it's going to happen. Are we going to get airdropped more tokens, 1 for 1? Have no idea. but usually we see a dump. And after it happens, are we going to see a huge rejection here? And if we do, this would be the area of interest. You can see this kind of huge channel. Let me make it more visual. I would say from right here to right here with your deviations. So if we get rejected somewhere around here, this would be kind of the area I'm looking for. And if that gets rejected, then I'd be looking for the bottom of this area right here. And then, I'm really like reactive to price action. So it's hard for me to give one thing and then just kind of be married to that outcome. Anything can happen. Narratives change quick. And as a trader, I need to react and adapt very quickly and cut losses quickly. So, my analysis could be extremely wrong, but if I see something the opposite, I'll have to change. And, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? And I had a lot of trouble with that in the previous with trading because I was like a perma bull. I was super long. I would never look at the downside. I wouldn't really care. But we're in a bear market. Things have changed, and you got to short, you got to cover. You got to make sure you can stay solvent for the next uptrend. Yeah, it's not looking the prettiest for Bitcoin. That's Ethereum as well. Looking on the weekly, if we do not, and I'll just be clear, if we do not hold this or break above, like we're just getting rejected here, and it's not looking the prettiest. Let me see if I can see anything else like that. Rejection, breakdown, deviation. That was COVID. So this, if we do not attempt to break this area right here, I think this will break back down to the 11s, 1100, 1080, maybe 1150, and that would be an awesome buy. If this area doesn't hold, then I would be looking for lower. According to, I don't think Fibonacci would show, we can use this area right here. So like according to this fib, we're using the lower high here, lower low. This is our run up. We couldn't break this previous lower high. So if we did extend, if like shit hit the fan, about $537, that would be like, bloods on the street. I know there's this huge energy crisis, real estate crash. If all of those narratives play out, that could be at $500. I'm looking at 14 to 15K for Bitcoin. We're going to be more active. We're going to Lebanon in like 8 days. So we're going to be streaming from the Middle East, and then we're at Bitcoin Amsterdam, and we onboarded we got a lot of new things coming. We're going to be more constant with trading. We're going to do like a more active trading show so we could trade together. We're going to be using BYBIT, live trading, no bullshit. Just if you want to trade with us, it doesn't matter how much you're trading. We're just going to be on the charts, and I'm going to share some strategies with you guys and share some alpha that we're doing. So this is great to look for opportunities. I just recently found this out, and we're going to be pretty much just looking for awesome setups and taking them. So I'm excited to have you guys here. Thank you guys for watching. Just a quick update on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's not looking the greatest. Like I said this morning, I was like pretty pumped. We're getting right into resistance. And then that huge candle, I told my buddy, we're going to give it back out to the market by the end of the day. It's just what we've been doing. We're getting these like limp pumps. And I'm more interested in Ethereum. It's a little bit more cleaner for me. I can read it a little bit more clear. So I'll be looking to take advantage of that. So if any of you guys have questions or any coins that you want to take a look at, or if you find any cool setups, I was looking at 1inch right now from this platform. It was showing me that it had huge change of open interest. So I thought that this would be a great opportunity. But anyways, that's for another stream. We'll take some shorts together, and let's be profitable. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. And if you have any questions or trading setups, post them below.